Hello, 6th grade. Today you're going to start work on your medieval pouch. First things first, you're going to see Mrs. Heigl and pick out a half sheet of felt from her. Once you get that piece of felt, you need to take it, fold it like a book, and then as neatly as you possibly can, cut it in half. This will give you your front piece and your back piece. Then we're going to do some very basic stitching on your work, but you need to know what you're going to stitch first. So you'll have a sheet with lots of symbols from traditional coat of arms during medieval times. And you're going to pick one symbol that you think you can sew and draw it on. Try to keep it away from your edges. So you know your skill level. If you are not very good at sewing or you haven't tried it before, might want to stick with something really easy. I'm experienced, so I'm doing the fleur-de-lis. We're going to draw that on with a piece of chalk. That way the chalk will eventually rub off and you won't see your drawing anymore on your felt. Once you have your symbol drawn on, you're going to need some thread, only you're using much bigger spools of thread. Cut off what you need. In order to thread your needle, we're using very, very skinny needles that they're kind of pointy. Yes, they can hurt you. You want the eye of the needle, which is the hole, to be over your thread. Pinch your thread so you can barely see the end of it, and then poke it through. Then we can tie one knot in it. This is a square knot, so it'll stay on. Leave the other end loose, and then pick whatever end of your symbol that you want to start sewing at. It's always best to start at the end of a line segment. You look at the front and point up. And I'm holding on to this piece of thread so it doesn't come loose. Then I'm going to poke down. This is the beginning of a basic running stitch. And before I go on, take the thread and tie it in another square dot. Make sure you cut your tail. Tails are great at getting in the way. And to continue your stitch, look at the front, poke close to the first stitch and down. You're going to repeat this over and over. Keep in mind, stitches that are too big normally don't look very good on a finished piece of work. If you can fit a finger underneath it, it's way too big. Just keep them very, very close together. While you're working, you may have to do some basic problem solving. Like if you have the problem of your thread keeps getting twisted up, you'll have to hold up your project, let the thread untwist itself, and then your problem is fixed. When you get to the point that you're running low on thread and you're going to need more, which is where I'm at, you want your needle to end up on the back side. We're going to tie a knot. Cut, and then get more thread. Repeat the process from the beginning. You may also have to cut your thread off your needle if you can't get untied.